right.
All right.
Oh man, I got 30 minutes before the gallows.
Oh, well, we better.
It's gonna be. We're gonna take so much time talking about a movie we've already reviewed.
It's true, yeah, but. Yeah. That's right.
We did
see other reviews.
we did do a midnight screenings of Sharknado 2. Now we're doing one of people talking about Sharknado.
That's right. Yes. Now we've seen the movie. We've talked about that. Let's talk about people talking about the movie, and like that. Yeah. So.
Although I was worried at first, like, because Jillian and Sarah were at Minions, which started at 6. Our movie started at 7, and so Jillian was gonna shoot me a text. Jillian was going to shoot me a text so I could go to the exit and grab the camera so Jillian could take off because there was nowhere else to put the camera. And so she texts me like, we're done, and I lean over to you and I'm like, do I have a few minutes? Is your scene, am I going to miss your scene?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
The only thing that matters is seeing my cameo.
When is that going to happen again? I'm at a RiffTrax sitting next to someone who was in it.
Right, yes.
Oh my god, I wonder if he knows they're going to make fun of the movie.
How dare you say these things? This was a masterpiece.
Why do they keep talking?
It's like, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie.
And why is the audience okay with this?
They're all laughing at it.
Don't laugh at my fucking movie.
Don't laugh at this.
I still love how burnt out you look in that movie.
Okay, yeah, because I was not expecting to be in that scene. I was there. And I look like shit. Because it was cold. Mm-hmm. I had like a hat on, like a warm knit hat.
Yeah.
And I was, had a scarf and then my coat and everything on there. But like, again, the scene is supposed to be a summer day in New York, so people weren't expecting to be out in cold weather. Mm-hmm. So he's like, here, you're going to be in this scene. So of course I chose the trident. We've covered this. So I was like, all right, fine. So I took the hat off. I took everything. I was like, stab the shark. Yeah! And then I look at him like, that guy looks like shit. Like everybody else, all the other like extras that were there to be extras.
Yeah.
They had all, spent some time doing makeup and were like getting everything put together to look like, I was just,
Did you have anything on your face? Like, or did you just get in front of the camera?
I was standing off camera and he's like, hey, let's have you be one of these people that does this stuff. I was like, oh, okay. So I grabbed my trident because originally I was just going to be like in the crowd of people. There's me with the trident. But he's like, I want to do a couple specials of people doing, close tabs. So why don't you be one of them too? And I was like, oh, okay. So
how about
Well, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. I used it because again, I'm sitting there giggling in spite of myself because I'm like, it's a shark movie and I have a trident. Just so pleased with my own cleverness that like, so it's like, because it's the weapon of Poseidon. I'm like telling other extras around me, I'm like, it's because the Poseidon, the god of the sea, it's his weapon. They're like, shut up. You
get a call from him that's like, oh, they asked me to cut the scene. The studio said it was just too unrealistic. Who's gonna have the weapon of Poseidon there in New York?
Clearly Poseidon himself in human form, which is what my backstory is.
Yes. That'll now be on the character page on IMDb. Trident Guy will have a character page.
It's Poseidon in human form who is visiting New York.
Someone's looking at that like, I don't remember this scene. Like,
what? Is that like in a special feature? What is that?
I still think you should have brought a trident to the screen. Sarah and I were talking about this in the Magic Mike video.
Other people have asked me, they've been like, oh, so did you get to keep the trident? And it's like, no.
Did you get to keep one of the sharks?
No, yeah, seriously, no. I didn't do any extras get to keep things when they come and work on a movie? No.
Did Tara Reid get to keep her hand?
No. So, no, it was some guy who ran a weapons studio there in Buffalo, and he loaned it out to everybody. And it was I'm sure it's in his shop. I doubt he has any plaques or anything on there stating.
Well, there fucking should be.
I highly doubt it. I imagine he has quickly tried to forget that he was involved with this film.
Like going to a marble store, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, that big one on the wall. Yeah, that was in Phantasm."
Exactly, yeah.
But they didn't. I was surprised they didn't. I was waiting for him to actually have like a riff directed towards either Trident Guy or when you're in front of the window and the sharks are coming
Right,
down.
yeah, they were kind of going off on a different tangent during.
Not really in the window.
Not the window one. It was kind of quiet. Yeah, there's when you see me in the window and I'm just looking out at the sharks falling. Yeah, they didn't really say anything there.
Sad flag.
Right. So yeah, Sam was like, "Aw, they didn't make fun of Trident guy." No, they were going on about something else during when the Trident
was right before,
and so they were laughing about something else when that scene happened. So they didn't say anything about it. So,
but when after Trident, if you had the Trident there, and then that part comes on screen, like it would have been great looking to someone behind you or next to you and just. And then afterwards, like a couple people who were fans of the site came up and like shook my hand, and I'm like, he was in the movie.
That one guy did, Brody.
Well, the one, dude recognized.
Yeah, he said, "Hey, I got to see the." So thank you, that one guy. Awesome, he's awesome.
When it aired, when it first aired, and I don't even think that I don't even, because we hadn't reviewed it yet when it aired.
No,
so
no.
like I don't know if we mentioned that you were in it, but like or I think I might have on Twitter, but like
yeah, we didn't really talk about it. No, yeah, well, we were kind of sort of keeping it under wraps because
and when it aired, like there were a lot of tweets that I was getting that was saying like, did I just see the guy from the Snob movie as like someone who killed a shark with a trident?
Yep.
And then like a couple others, was that Ryan in Sharknado?
Yes, it was. And if I never do anything else ever, that's fine.
Lord, yes.
That's
oh my
fine.
God.
If that's the only thing I'm ever in or involved with, done.
I killed a shark.
I killed a shark
in Sharknado.
using a Bronze Age weapon associated with Poseidon. That is it. Drop the mic. Done.
Well, that was the first of two like riffs that I was waiting for in it. The other had to do with Jared Fogle.
Oh my
who
God!
was in this movie. They handled it with grace.
They really did, but it was so funny because you see Jared and they go, "We had a very different joke on Monday."
We had a joke written on Monday. It's all about timing, people.
It's all about timing.
And then, like, when someone mentions a Subway later, they bring it up again. What was it they said? They said something like,
he says,
who has anything against Subway or anyone who was involved with it?
Subway or anyone involved with Subway's never done anything or something like that.
And at the beginning, they hint at it at the beginning.
Right.
They're like, there is a cameo in this coming up that, oh, well, you'll see, given the week's news.
Giving this week's news, yeah.
I had to tell Sarah about that yesterday.
Yeah.
This was because or the day before. It was when Sarah and I went to go see Magic Mike 2, like a couple of days ago. And so we're sitting we're waiting for the movie to start, and I said something. We were talking about Sharknado 2, and then I looked over, was like, oh, did you see the news about Jared Fogle earlier? And Sarah goes, she hadn't seen it. Sarah, her reaction was, oh no, did he get fat again? And I'm like,
better.
I'll do you one better.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, this is not.
I'm just sitting there like, well, no.
No, that wouldn't be, no.
He's the star of The Raid 3. That's the news. Going in a huge different direction with that movie.
Right, yeah. Oh, man.
But no, I thought, I laughed my ass off at this. And they're going to be airing it again on Thursday.
Right, next week.
A week from today. So if you get a chance to see it, go ahead.
I mean, these guys are awesome. They're really funny. And what's funny is what I was kind of saying as we were coming out is like, and even when we said like when they did the RiffTrax of Sharknado 1.
Yeah.
They go for the obvious jokes, which are really funny. Like the Tara Reid stuff they do. Poor Tara Reid, she's such a bullseye.
Poor kid, man.
She really, really is. But they go for some really funny Tara Reid jokes and some other,
Mark McGrath jokes.
Lots of Sugar Ray
celebrity jokes, cameo jokes.
Right, yeah.
They go for that, but in doing something like, and we mentioned this when we reviewed the RiffTrax of Sharknado 1, but in they're certainly riffing and making fun of it correctly, and that they know it's a purposefully bad movie.
Right? Yeah, exactly. You can't at a movie like this. You can't go, you made a dumb movie, because the filmmakers go, we know we made a dumb movie.
Yeah.
This wasn't meant to be high art. It's meant to be fun.
Yeah.
It's meant to be entertaining, goofy. Pop.
And you can riff a movie like this. Like, I know people.
They did a good job. They did a great job.
They did. It's all about how you do it. It's all about the jokes that you make. Right. And because I know people who are like, you can't riff something like Sharknado. It's trying to be bad. Like, no, that's not true. No. You can make jokes about any movie. Right. It's just how you do it. It's just the kind of jokes that you make.
Yeah, and they did a really funny job. I mean, those guys they're the best for a reason. They're amazing. So,
between them, Cinematic Titanic, Mystery Science Theater is supposedly coming back again.
So, okay, I do have to say they did mention one thing that involved me is when I'm in the subway. When we're on the subway, I was on the subway car, and you see the brief thing of me like seeing the shark and then running away. I pull earbuds out of my ear, and then what they said was my podcast. Oh, so I was like, yes, I did get mentioned at least a little bit by those guys.
Nice.
So yes, I got mentioned, just a teeny bit.
And I forgot you were also like running away from the exploding truck,
the fireworks truck or whatever it was. Yeah,
was that just like really good? Like, were those shot pretty close together?
Oh,
and the same thing on the subway.
Yeah. Those. Well, the truck was all during the Buffalo shoot, the big battle sequence in Buffalo, and so that was. And actually, I think we shot that first, and I thought that was all I was going to do. Yeah. Because actually, not that anybody really cares or watches that closely, but I'm wearing my glasses at that point.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because I was. That was the very first time he's like, hey, grab a weapon. You're going to want to run away from the truck when it explodes. I was like, cool, that's awesome. That's all I need to do. I'll have fun. You'll see me at that one moment. I'll be like, hey, you just see me running away from the truck. You see me in a little corner kind of running away. And then later, we shot that first. Yeah. And that was actually the grip truck. So that was actually a work truck. Yeah. They digitally put the fireworks sign there on the sign. Just a plain white truck. So then we went over and shot the rest of the battle sequence. And that's where, I was just standing in the background with, and then he said, I'm going to have you stab a shark. And they got this big, it's like a fire extinguisher with this big funnel, and they put it with the blood in there and then fired it in my face, so all the blood splattered in my face. so I stabbed
my wife
the shark.
bought me this shirt.
Well, actually, honestly, yeah, that's what I was. I was wearing my clothes.
Nice.
And I was like, Anthony goes, is it all right if we shoot you in the face with blood? I was like, sure.
Just not in the shirt.
Just, not in the hair. Yeah, no.
What was the actual weather like? Beyond like it was cold. Beyond like it cold and everything, like the sky.
On that day, it was cold, but it was a crisp blue sky. Yeah. So it was this beautiful crisp blue sky. Fair. I mean,
the sky is nature's blue screen. You can make it look like
actually, yeah, it really is because. The trident, when you see the trident stab the shark, you see buildings behind there. Yeah. When they shot that, it was just blue sky.
Oh, okay.
So the trident was going up because I could see the little monitor because I had to stop it at exactly the right spot so it'd be framed. So I had to see exactly where it was going to stop. Yeah. So I could see the monitor of where and it was just blue sky. So you're absolutely right in that they literally used the sky as a blue screen.
I didn't know that, which means this movie has way more convincing green screen than Faith of Our Fathers, which I saw last week.
which to be fair, okay, yes, it's schlocky CGI and nobody's going to defend it otherwise. But truth be told, the guys did a pretty good job. Guys and gals there did a pretty good job considering the time and the budget. I mean, that's the other thing that this should be a huge budgeted, disaster movie. I mean, it takes place in the middle of Manhattan. It's got a bunch of...
And it keeps the action going.
Right.
Like, it really does.
The pacing of it never stops.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's... But the budget on this thing is like the craft service budget on a Transformers movie is more than the entire budget of this film. So to think of what they managed to accomplish, with so little is really... I mean, it's...
Making a movie that's more entertaining than the Transformers movies, too.
So...
It's also not 3 hours long like the Transformers movies.
So I gotta say, damn you mosquito, first of all, that's what I gotta say is damn you mosquitoes. It's been like a friggin' monsoon for the past month, and it's friggin' mosquito breeding ground. Yeah. Anyway, after that tangent. So, Sharknado 3 comes out later this month. So on Sci-Fi Channel. Anthony Ferrante, the director, and I now have a podcast. We call it The Pop Show, presented by Assignment X. So you said you were going to put a link on the site?
Yeah, it'll be on the site.
So we'll have a link on the site. If you want a bunch of really cool behind-the-scenes scoops and some really cool things about cameos and Easter eggs for Sharknado 3, give a listen to our podcast, The Pop Show, presented by Assignment X. So we'll...
Decided not to call it Pop Quiz Hot Shot, huh?
Apparently it was taken. So
by speed.
That's right, I've heard that before. Oh my. Yeah, so anyway, give that a listen. We're going to do that as a weekly show. Anthony, Anthony, and then a guy named Peter Brown, who is the associate editor for Assignment X. We now do this weekly pop show or podcast. So we're in the world of podcasting now.
Yeah, you'll see that on the site over the weekends.
So we'll post it on the site, so you can either give us a listen. It should be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So now that I've done shamelessly promoting myself, more than I already have, because I was talking about my scenes.
The only thing I gotta promote is I gotta watch a found footage horror movie in like 10 minutes.
Oh man.
I did really. They do this. They do a short at the beginning of this again, like they usually do, and it was this: parents, do we really need them, or something like that?
Holy crap!
Ridiculously horrifying thing from the '70s involving the. I'd never seen this one before. It's kind of the same.
I swear I've seen it before. I recognized it. I might have seen it in school. I might have seen that in school. I might have seen that on a film projector in school.
The only time we ever did stuff with like the film projector was like driver's ed class.
No. I when I was in early grade school, that's. I mean, well, we had VHS TVs. I mean, this wasn't like it wasn't actually the 70s. I'm not that old. We watched a lot of films on reel-to-reel film projectors, and I swear, because the title I recognized, and because it's a kid and he doesn't appreciate his parents, and this horrifying little puppet comes to life and like makes him invisible.
This, you just always have to figure this thing is alive.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Like when you're hitting puberty and you got to jerk off or something? You just
and this
throw the
terrifying little puppet is watching and can at any moment come to life and also apparently make him invisible.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
I think that's kind of cool, but like, what other powers does this thing have when it gets pissed off?
I've seen educational shorts that are kind of the same gist as this, like the one where the kid gets a crappy allowance and then finds out if he helps her out around the house and helps his parents, and he gets a bigger allowance. But this one is far more horrifying than that. Thanks, Jam Handy.
That's right.
Jam Handy Films teaches about capitalism in the family.
Yay!
And his parents were the most horrifying thing in this, because I was thinking through the whole thing that his dad is the son of Sam. And then finally at the end they called him Dave Berkowitz. I'm like, oh, thank you. It's not just me. So these real creeper looking parents between Dave Berkowitz dad and old Velma mom. What?
They even went, oh, jinkies.
Yeah. That was an amazing find. I like how giddy they are in finding stuff like this. I mean, I like that about I like that about this, and I like seeing it when it's live too, because I like that they get a chance to get it. They're on stage beforehand. They're trading some jokes on stage. There was a little bit like in front of the room one where he came out like, and it was kind of like the rooftop of the room when he came out on stage. I like a lot of that mixed in with, honestly, more so than I do in just watching it, because I like RiffTrax a lot. It's very, very funny. I watch it quite a bit, but I do also miss like the host stuff of Mystery Science Theater.
Because they're such funny guys.
I
mean, they're such great performers, and they're so funny. So I mean, they're very clever, and they say funny things, but seeing them interact together, it is right.
Seeing them work a crowd, being on stage, doing some stuff that you don't necessarily hear on the website when it's like just RiffTrax necessarily.
Right.
But I like the effort they put in this, like creating the stage and
they had some good the background they had. They kind of built like a Sharknado and put a bunch of stuff on it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do to the stage for Miami Connection.
Yeah, that's the next one.
That movie is a fucking masterpiece. It's so good. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I can't seeing that on the big screen.
I've never seen that movie, so
oh my god, so you're in for a treat.
I cannot wait.
You are in for a fucking treat. And seeing that on the big screen will be great. Like even this too. Like it's so bizarre seeing an Asylum movie on the big screen. It is.
Oh my god, it is. Yeah, it is. You know. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. I mean, it's so cool. It's
well, I'm trying to think of. I got the movie here in a little bit, but I'm trying to think of what other RiffTrax ones are, or not RiffTrax, Fathom events are coming because right now this is on,
what was that?
On Patreon first, but
what was the
Double Indemnity?
Double Indemnity. That's the one. Yeah.
They're doing that. They're doing the Iron Giant. They're doing Grease. Right. Like Roman Holiday and Miracle on 34th Street around the holidays, and sometimes they'll add stuff just only when it's like a few weeks in advance, like with like Jaws and Iron Giant. So as long as we're here, we'll go see them.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, doesn't even have to be something I wanted to go see. They could show Gone with the Wind, and I'll be like, well, I guess we're seeing that for Patreon. All 5 hours.
Oh, jeez.
Great, that'll fucking happen now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know it.
Son of a bitch. Sarah and Dave, you go to that.
You're right, yeah.
I'll go see 2 other movies that night, still get out before you do.
Oh, Christ. Yep.
But no, my final thoughts are, you got another chance to go see it. It's a week from today, this Thursday, so yeah, go check it out.
Go check it out. Funny. It's really funny. Good stuff. Good stuff.
And we'll be back at some point for Sharknado 3.
Hell yeah, we will.
Say it.